I let my dog off leash in an empty field until a Karen showed up. Get your dog on a leash right now. A woman was standing 50 feet away with a German Shepherd mix that was already lunging against its harness, barking so hard it looked like it might choke itself. She had both hands wrapped around the leash and her whole body was braced backward. I called Bailey immediately. He came sprinting back and sat at my feet, tongue out, completely calm. I clipped his leash on and held up one hand. I'm sorry, I said. I didn't see you coming. He's friendly, but I've got him now. Friendly? She was walking toward me, still holding her dog back with both arms. Do you see my dog? Do you see what your off-leash entitlement just did? I called him back the second I saw you. He didn't even get close. He didn't need to get close. My dog is a rescue. She can't handle other dogs. She has severe reactivity and you just let yours run wild like you own the whole park. Her dog was still barking. Bailey sat next to me, looking up at me like he wanted permission to say hello. I come at 6 specifically because nobody else is here, I said. I didn't know you'd be. That doesn't give you the right to break leash laws. There's no leash law here, there's no signs. It's a public park. Leashes are implied, and I'm reporting you to animal control. She pulled out her phone and took a picture of me and Bailey before I could even process what she was doing. Her dog was still losing its mind, pulling so hard the leash was cutting into her palms. Look, I said, I'm sorry your dog is reactive. That's really hard. But I've been coming here for 2 years and I've never had an issue. If this is your regular time now, I'll adjust. I don't want to make this difficult. You already made it difficult. People like you are why responsible dog owners can't enjoy public spaces. You think your dog is special. You think the rules don't apply to you. She went on for 5 full minutes. I stood there holding Bailey's leash while she called me entitled, reckless, selfish, and dangerous. She said off-leash owners like me were the reason her dog had trauma in the first place. She said if I ever let my dog off-leash again, she'd make sure animal control fined me into obedience school. When she finally turned and dragged her dog back toward the parking lot, my hands were shaking. Bailey looked up at me, confused. I realized I'd been gripping his leash so tight my knuckles had gone white. I walked us back to the car and sat in the driver's seat for 10 minutes trying to figure out what I'd done wrong. I'd called him back. I'd apologized. I'd offered to change my schedule. She'd still treated me like I'd committed a crime. I decided to start coming at different times. If 6 was her slot now, I'd try 5:30 or 6:15 or even 7 when there were more people around. It was one encounter. I could avoid her. The next morning, I showed up at 5:45. The field was empty. I let Bailey off leash, watched him run his usual loop, and started walking the perimeter. At 5:53, she appeared at the edge of the parking lot with her dog already pulling toward us. I called Bailey back before she even made it to the field. He trotted over, I clipped his leash, and I changed direction, heading toward the south path instead. She followed us. Not close enough to be obvious, but close enough that I could hear her dog barking every time Bailey so much as glanced backward. I picked up my pace. She matched it. When I finally looped back to the parking lot and got in my car, she was standing near the entrance with her phone out, filming me as I pulled away. The next morning I tried 5:30. Empty field, no cars in the lot. I let Bailey off for exactly 8 minutes before she appeared from the opposite trail, her dog already lunging the second it spotted us. I knew you'd be here, she shouted across the grass. This is getting out of hand. Full story on my channel below.